What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one, I want to talk about something very important about SPY and the overall market. I'm also going to break down some important details about what you may be hearing on the internet about the markets moving forward and how things are looking in my personal opinion. But before I begin to all this information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. Firstly, I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Moomoo with the link down below and deposit $100 into the account, you are guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000 into the account, you are guaranteed up to 15 free stocks, and the offer ends very, very soon. Anyways, now when it comes to the way the market is moving, I just want to call out something very, very important. As you guys can see, SPY is on a downtrend, it's making lower highs and lower lows. Now, we are downtrending as of right now, but is this a stock market crash? And the answer is so far no. As of right now, it is not a true stock market crash because we have so many other catalysts coming. And that's why I wanted to kind of like bring up more details about something else. So, as you guys know, there are many other content creators out there, and I have a lot of respect for them, many of them out there, and I just wish the best for everyone. I just want to note that there is a game being played on YouTube where people are trying really hard to clickbait people, get as many views as possible, and in doing so, they may not be as truthful. Uh, that's the reason why you may see a lot of videos where people are calling out the crash is coming. There's a huge crash, this and that. I'm not calling anyone out specifically. I just want to give you guys my thoughts and my opinions on it. But this does not mean that you should not listen to anyone else. You should always be open minded to other possibilities and other opinions. But you do need to be careful about who you try very hard to listen to. And that's why I think it's very important to just be careful with that. But let me give you guys my opinion. So, right now, SPY is downtrending, right? But always remember that we shouldn't be too fixated on just one notion. We shouldn't just say the market's going to crash, it's going to crash, it's going to crash, or it's going to run, it's going to run. No, you want to be open minded and very adaptive, like I said in my earlier video. So, for that reason, yes, the market is downtrending. It may continue to downtrend going into Monday or Tuesday, but on Wednesday, March 20th, okay, in a couple of days, we have the FOMC meeting. Now, Jerome Powell is incentivized to not be as dovish, considering that CPI did go up just a little bit. So you want to be very careful. But at the same time, you never know what these market makers will pull after FOMC, after Jerome Powell's speech. What if Jerome Powell gives his speech? Okay. Let me just clarify one thing first. But so, what if the market kind of like downtrends approaching the FOMC meeting and we see SPY sell off all the way down to 505? Well, the last time we came down to 505, SPY bounced and pushed back up to 518. So what if it sells off to 505 on Monday slash Tuesday? Jerome Powell gives his speech, then we bounce and fill this gap up here. There is a gap up here all the way up to close to 515. That's always a possibility. What if Jerome Powell causes a rug pull and we end up sinking down to fill this gap all the way down to 497? So, yes, we're downtrending for now. We could drop lower on SPY, yes, but after FOMC, how do you know if we're not going to continue higher again? How do you know we're not going to form a double bottom here and start pushing back up to fill this gap? Even if we do establish a lower high, doesn't make sense to turn into a mega bear and say we're going to crash from here all the way back down to 497 we go. We don't know for sure if it's going to come down to fill this gap right now until I would say after FOMC, or unless we lose like 500 flat or 505, unless we lose 505 and then 500, then we could say that. But for now, we're not ready to say that, in my opinion. So I'm very adaptive. I could change my opinion, my thoughts very quickly, and that's one of the best ways to kind of like day trade because you never know what could happen. So right now, when as the market's dropping, there could be people out there who are making videos and screaming the stock market's going to crash, the crash is here, this and that. I personally think that there is some truth behind that because the market is downtrending, it's dropping, but we cannot truly say that this is a massive crash right now. I personally don't think we could say it yet. And I want everyone to be careful because if you simply believe those videos and you start trading and start shorting like crazy, maybe you'll make some money on the downtrend, but you never know if Jerome Powell will cause something different. Maybe the market will end up dropping. Even if we do come down to fill this gap, all the way down to like 497 at the 50 EMA, what if we bounce back up to the 500s after that? What if it bounces back up again? Understand what I'm saying? We can't truly say it's a big crash so we lose a lot of these EMAs, until we start a big downtrend, until we lose like a massive portion of our valuation. We can't call it a big crash yet. You want to be open minded just to be safe, in my personal opinion. So, could we drop lower? Yes, we can. I'm saying the chart does look bearish, but after Jerome Powell's speech, how could I tell you for sure we're going to continue to crash through Jerome Powell? I don't know that. I really don't know that. No one could truly say that. They could just be guessing, and who knows, maybe they could end up being right, but that does not mean that their analysis is as accurate, in my personal opinion. So I recommend listening to other opinions, but being very careful with what you listen to. It doesn't make sense to just keep screaming the market will crash until we get more data, until we see certain levels break. So as of right now, I do favor bears somewhat more. I do think SPY could downtrend more looking at this channel, but I need more data. I need more confirmation. And we have to listen to what Jerome Powell says first for us to continue to see this thing sink harder. Because Powell could always pump us one more time. You never know what could happen with his speeches. So that being said, I just want to make it clear that if the market were to get a crash thanks to Powell, this could slow everything down. I think Tesla could kind of like bounce temporarily before it continues lower later on. But overall, look for a little rebound on Tesla before we continue. The QQQ is going to follow SPY as well. But if we're about to quote unquote crash, I just want to say that we don't know for sure yet, and I don't want to solely just be fixated on just that, because you want to be open minded to the possibility of us getting a bounce thanks to Powell. So we'll just have to wait and see. So with that being said, like I was about to say, be careful with who you listen to, and do not let people who are not really adaptive, people who are not open minded, dictate the way you day trade. When you're day trading, it's impossible to make crazy money if you're just shorting all day. There will be periods when you start shorting, you make money, yes. But if you short every single time you see the market go up, you're not going to win that way. And this is what kind of relates to my video from earlier about how people could enter losing streaks for being too fixated on one notion. So you always want to be open minded. You can make money when the market drops and drops and drops. You can also make money on intraday bounces when the market goes up. So always be open minded to that. So do I think the stock market will crash? The answer is I can't truly say that right now until we have more data, until I listen to Jerome Powell. As of right now, I think we're downtrending and we could downtrend more, yes, but I need to see FOMC. I need to see more data first before we make any claims like that. I know it's not what you want to hear, but I'm one of the most truthful people. I try to be as honest as possible about my own mistakes, my own flaws, and my own videos. I'm trying to be honest, so that's the best thing I can personally tell you for now. I do think SPY and the QQQ have more downside coming early this week on Monday and Tuesday, but Jerome Powell will either continue, he'll either add more fuel to the fire, or he's about to cause the opposite and just squeeze these shorts again. You always want to be open-minded. The people who are calling a crash for the last few months, they were wrong big time. The market has not crashed yet. It's been actually uptrending. Up until now, we're still barely at support, but we've been uptrending for pretty much almost the entire year so far, except for the last couple of days where things could shift. But I just want to say it's continuing to make higher highs and higher lows. Be very, very careful with who you listen to. All right. So the reason why I wanted to make this video is because I know that over the weekend, there's going to be a lot of people who make a lot of money on YouTube by making those videos about the market crashing. They're the ones that get tens of thousands of views, if not hundreds of thousands. Maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong. But in my personal opinion, I think that you have the rights to listen to whoever you want to listen to. But just heed my warning to be careful with who you listen to and be very, very open minded to what they're trying to actually tell you and what their intentions may be. All right. I'm not trying to bash anyone specifically. I haven't called anyone out. I'm not going to do that. I just want to let you guys know what my opinion is and give you guys a warning just to save you, just in case something goes wrong, just in case you make a mistake, just in case you're expecting a massive crash from here. We can't say it just yet. I think we could downtrend on SPY more, but I'm going to be waiting to see what the data gives us just to see confirmation of this bigger move to the downside. And we have to listen to what Jerome Powell has to say. So you always want to be open-minded. We want to be watching to see what the reactions are. Do what you have to do, guys, and I'll see you guys very soon on the next one. Hopefully this video was kind of like very, very insightful for people out there who have these notions that we're going to crash endlessly. The market doesn't just crash, it has a lot of volatility, which I tend to call out the majority of the time. I do make mistakes, of course. I'm a human, but you guys can see we haven't been crashing. We've been actually uptrending on SPY up until right now. It could be shifting, but just to be safe, always be open minded and wait for FOMC until we truly get our confirmation. All right. Have a great day, guys. Do what you have to do. I'll see you guys very soon tomorrow for a more in depth video on SPY, Tesla, Supermicro, AMD, the QQQ, and all these other tickers. Until then, take care and peace out.